Kia ora team, the difference between a good and a great parkrun often comes down to this one metric. Let's see what it is. Now in today's parkrun performance review, I'm going to look at my own performance in the Blenheim parkrun. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I reviewed my performance in Riverlution in Christchurch. This parkrun was the week before and it was a whole lot better than what I did in Riverlution. Now, as you can see, my time was almost identical. But let's have a look and see what the difference is. Now, before I get into the splits, you'll notice that I've got PB of 11 minutes and 11 seconds for the Taylor River 5K. That segment is not 5 kilometres long, so don't think I'm running that fast. I'm not fast than world record pace. Now, this run route I used to use as my 5K time trial long before parkrun came about. So I've ran this route many times and have got a number of Strava splits on it. But on this given day, I ran my fastest on these different segments of it, or my second fastest for that one. But let's have a look at my splits. 425, 434, 431, 421, 413. There is a massive negative split there, which is great. This is what you want to be achieving in any event, particularly a parkrun. There's a strong late build, so getting faster through the last, which is basically the opposite of what I did in Riverlution. My slowest kilometres were my first 3. My fastest kilometres were my last 2, and my fastest kilometre was my last kilometre. I started conservatively, I was under control, I had clear acceleration from the 3rd kilometre onwards, and as I mentioned, my final kilometre was the fastest. Started conservatively, built confidence as the run progressed, and I finished with plenty left in the tank. However, if we look at this result, I got out sprinted by someone who was 10 years old or younger. I don't know how old he was, but he had a kick on him. Similar data is in Training Tilt. If it's going to open, we can see the heart rate slowly built throughout the event. 146, 159, 160, 164, 169 for that last kilometre, maxing out at 175. Same with my average power whilst running, a little bit higher in that first one as I got into the rhythm, and then built to the fastest or the highest average power in that last kilometre. And similar story with my cadence. It was relatively consistent throughout, but if we look at this, the peak cadence was in the opening section as I accelerated up to speed. So if we look at my Riverlution stats, we will see that the fastest kilometre was the first kilometre, a slight fade through the middle. I did have a good kick, but that was limited by how fast I ran that first kilometre. Contrast to that to what I did here in Blenheim. I held back early, slight fade through the middle, and then a good progressed faster through the closing kilometres, having absorbed the effort through the middle. Classic example of well-managed effort distribution in those opening kilometres. The mid-run 434, 431 suggests I was settling in, still maybe respecting the effort a bit too long. So I could have picked this up a little bit more through the middle, through the turn, and then accelerated towards the end. Could have got me a better result still. But once I committed, I got a 421, 413 for a time of 22:06 for the 5 kilometres, and the same result overall, because Parkrun Blenheim is bang on the 5Ks. It was a decisive finish. Fitness wasn't my limiter on the day, and pacing confidence was still building early. Don't just run your parkrun, race it. Join the Parkrun Kickstart plan and I will help you perform at your best week after week. The link is down in the description.